Yes, it's Brother Sean again. And I'm proud to say this, that I am so thankful to God that He inspired my heart to surrender it and to go to Assisi and listen to Francis. But I did not expect the outcome. And when I heard and received that invitation to embrace all faiths, I went yippee, because I've always embraced all faiths. I have a confession to make. I have never prayed for Christian unity, ever, not even as a Catholic monk. But I dare not share that with my brother monks. I have always prayed for the unity and peace amongst all faiths. And though many other believers from different faiths have sometimes looked at me in the habit like something under their shoe, I just bless them. I don't engage with their drama. And if anyone provokes me, I just thank them and more or less say, you're right, and I'm wrong, and I'm sorry. But I would like to read something to you. And it was a reading that we read yesterday, and I'm guided to read it for this video. And as a member of the Teo community of St. Francis, I am so honored to be loved by brothers and sisters who've embraced a different kind of monasticism. Modern day spirituality, they're living it, breathing it in their own home, as single or married couples. And it's wonderful to see men and women who've taken back their power from the impact of religion that has alienated them from a loving God. And if you want to join us, you're welcome. You're welcome. We don't dictate to you. You draw up your rule of life that frees you from worry. The only condition is that you have to be willing to surrender your heart. Wow, that's a challenge. Let me read. I am all around you. Who is saying this? This is a message from Jesus, the cosmic Christ, and I share this with your heart. I am all around you like a cocoon of light. My presence with you is a promise, independent of your awareness of me. Many things can block this awareness, but the major culprit, wait for it, is worry. My children tend to accept worry as an inescapable fact of life. However, worry is a form of unbelief. It is anathema to me, and yet many who say they're Christian and who worry are committing a great crime. Because Jesus is saying that worry is a form of unbelief. They do not believe in a loving God who cares for them and who provides their needs for them. And we need to hear those words again. Worry is a form of unbelief. It is anathema to the cosmic Christ. Who is in charge of your life? If it is you, then you have good reason to worry. But if it is I, then worry is both unnecessary and counterproductive. When you start to feel anxious about something, Jesus says, relinquish the situation to me immediately. But many don't. The ego wants detail. The ego is like a computer database. It wants minutiae. It wants facts and figures. And then the individual starts procrastinating and gets lost in the minutiae. And before one knows it, one is encased in fear and worry, and the poor heart is alienated from daring to breathe truth. When you start to feel anxious about something, relinquish the situation immediately to me. Back off a bit, redirecting your focus to me. I will either take care of the problem myself or show you how to handle it. In this world you will have problems, but you need not lose sight of me. What is that saying to your heart? I know what it's saying to mine because I have lived my life in fear. Fear of going to hell. My God. Because we were told as young monks that he who puts his hand to the plough, in other words, who commits his life to God as a monk or a nun, and who gives up their vocation and leaves the monastery, they're condemned to hell. That was the teaching then. I hope it's not the teaching today. So when I left the monastery, through no choice of my own, I was forced out because of the lack of Christian love. I was being suffocated by a lack of love. And many of us left at the same time, hundreds of us. We couldn't cope with the dogma and the fear and the guilt associated with our love of God. But I spent 12 years in therapy. That's an awful long time to get rid of that fear that I was going to hell, for daring to leave. But I've returned. But I've not returned to a religious community that's full of dogma and fear and do's and don'ts. I've embraced a loving community that care for me as a human being, who value me as a person. And though I get it wrong from time to time, I am loved and accepted. So when Jesus is saying, I am all around you, I have to be honest with my heart here and with you and say, I never felt that as a young Catholic nursing monk. In the 8 years I consecrated my life to God, I cannot say that was true. But now, since 2007, when I was guided to surrender my heart, yes, I was fearful. Because when Jesus was saying, come back to me, I thought, oh my God, you're not asking me to go back into the Catholic monastery because I'll die. And I made myself ill. Presuming my ego was in control, denying me my peace. My ego was speaking to me a language of fear and bringing back memories that were haunting me. And then the voice came in silence and prayer. I want you to return to me because I never let you go. And I am all around you now. And I want you to embrace me as you are, where you are. There is no need to join a monastery and live to a rule that will kill you, a rule that is dead. Create your own rule and follow me, but all I ask is surrender your heart to love. Be your person. Be that child of God who is loved. Embrace your dignity and individuality, and know that I am with you. I am all around you. Surrender your heart. And I did. And 3 years later, I took the vows of enclosure, where I've locked out the dramas of the world so that I can recap and recoup the many lost experiences when Jesus was knocking on the door of my heart and my ego said, go away. Not today, thank you very much. But today I live a simple life, and I'm so honored to be a part of the Teo community of interspiritual Franciscans, where we live that simple life, where there is joy, where there is peace, where there is acceptance, whether you're Catholic, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Muslim, atheist, pagan or Wiccan, whether you're heterosexual or homosexual, it's irrelevant, because God does not see the scar tissue. God does not see labels. Oh, I'm wearing Jaeger. I'm wearing whatever. He sees the heart he created, and he invites it to agape, to the feast of abundance. And when you surrender your heart, you know intuitively that you are a monastic. You know that you've been called by God to share your love with God and then share that love with others. Try it, but believe that God is all around you and that He is within you, whether you believe that or not. Test it like you.